spooky fairy. Hello everybody, in this video we're gonna take a look at revolvers. Revolvers are one of the most powerful weapon types in the game, and that's why many people want to play with them. They overpowered any other pistols or the pistols in the game, and they're just so powerful, deal lots of damage, crazy DPS, they're very accurate, and just sound and feel good in general. So the four of my favorite revolvers in the game are as follows. Not in just in random order. So Overture, Crash, Archangel, and the new one that I added to the list is the Comrade hammer. Now, in terms of DPS, if I equip it, you're going to see that the DPS changes. For example, if I change it, so what I'm recommending, just ignoring the DPS values, because not ignoring completely, but just keep in mind they can be higher. Again, depends on which one you crafted and if you equip it or not. So you can see a general kind of rough comparison between the different weapons. Because right now, for example, the Comrade hammer is the weapon with the highest DPS. So if I equip it, for example, instead of Overture, you're gonna see that the DPS is just crazy, 3.5, right? Again, some of them, here I think all of them are actually crafted. Yeah, all of them are crafted. I crafted all of them. But leave this general DPS stats aside for a moment. Which one is better out of the four? Well, I first started playing with the Overture, and this was my favorite game for a long time. And the reason I love Overture is this is actually the first revolver that I really liked in the game, and I continued playing with this for many hours until I found something that is better. The thing is that sometimes you want to craft items or play with, and this is not crafted, by the way. With items later on when you are higher level to get them good stats. But the thing is that at the end game you don't have a lot to do. So basically I recommend just playing with the weapons that you enjoy playing as you play them, and just enjoy them. Because come on, what's the point, right? Getting to the end and then do nothing with them, just showing that you can eliminate an enemy that you can just shoot in his finger with any weapon and eliminate them. You want to enjoy the weapons that you are playing. So I started with Overture. And then after playing with Overture, I came across Crash, and Crash was absolutely still a blast to use. It's a very powerful weapon. If you look at, for example, at the stats, you can see this one has a high crit chance, high crit damage, and it's a power weapon, and has 6 slots. But later on, I got weapons with higher crit chance, higher crit damage, and this was kind of things that sealed the deal for me. It's also very good, but after I came across the Crash, as you can see, 100% crit chance, 200% crit damage. In terms of attack per second, I'm going to compare the two, so you can actually see. The Overture has higher headshot damage multiplier, but as you can see, the crit damage is 200% is higher on the Crash in general. Yeah, you can get it in different stats, but in general it's higher. And you have 100% crit chance. This means that the Crash was actually the first revolver that I had that each hit with this weapon is a crit hit. So I always get to enjoy the 200% extra crit damage, which is insane. Although the headshot damage multiplier is lower, overall it deals much damage, more damage per second. The DPS is higher. In terms of attack per second, you can see that the Overture is slightly faster in general, but it's not a big deal, not something that you're gonna worry about. So overall, the Crash easily replaced the Overture, but Overture was fun to play with for quite some time, and quite similar in a way. Alright, so after this I moved to the Crash. I played the Crash for a long time, many hours, and again, a blast to use. As you can see here, an iconic weapon. Charging for a brief time while aiming enables full auto mode, decreases recoil, and bullet spread decreases fire rate. But overall, you're gonna play with this, it's just gonna melt everything. Now, after I played with this one for quite some time, I decided, just to upgrade my Archangel. I told myself, let's try it out. Maybe, I don't know, you need to try, you need to craft. Because you can't really understand how powerful a weapon is if you just look at the rare or even the epic equivalent of the weapon. You need to upgrade to legendary to really see if the stats of the weapon shine and what actually changes. Now I'm gonna compare the two, so just gonna change this one to Overture so you can actually see the difference. Yeah, difference between the two. So now the Archangel versus the Crash. As you can see, the DPS is higher, and most likely you're gonna get it with higher DPS. It's actually faster. As you can see, 1.34 attacks per second versus 1.21. Electric damage, I like electric damage because, when fighting against robots and mechs, but the thing is that there are not many of them, unfortunately. I wish there were. The crit chance is 100%, crit damage is higher. Again, you can get it in slightly different values, keep this in mind. But overall, more damage there. Bonus ricochet damage, 105%. Shock chance, plus 25%, which is great. To immobilize the enemies. This is high chance, this is very, very good. And also, in this case, I also got it with a better, higher headshot damage multiplier. And one of the great things about this one is this electrical damage with a chance to apply stun and add significantly reduced recoil, so you don't actually need to add anything. It's a very, very low recoil. Again, 6 slots, and we can put in some modes there. Overall, this is a better weapon overall compared to the Crash. It doesn't make the Crash a bad weapon. It's not worse. The Crash is not like a really bad weapon compared to the Archangel, not at all. It's still a very, very powerful weapon. But overall, the Archangel outperform it, and that's why I continue playing with the Archangel. Now then, this is by far my favorite weapon so far. By then, some people told me to check the Comrade's hammer. And this was the decision I told myself. I saw the stat on, the searching on the web, and I told myself, what? 0.38 attack per second? This is just a joke. I'm not gonna enjoy a weapon like this. So let's just compare them, and I'm going to talk about the two. So the Comrade's hammer is, it shoots one bullet, and you need to reload after each time. So the reload time takes time. So basically, it feels more like a sniper rifle in a way. But it has a very, very high DPS. So you really, when you put that shot, especially if you optimize it for tech weapon damage, and you can do this in the skill tree, you can really make this weapon deal tons of damage. But again, this is damage is for single target. And if you play the game, you know that most of the targets are actually very weak, they're not that strong. I mean, I don't need that most powerful weapon to eliminate them. The excessive damage it's just excessive damage, right? So if you just go for numbers, you want to show off, well, great. This is the weapon to to show those numbers just popping out in those headshots, critical hits, damage. But other than this, it feels not that fun playing with, because it takes time to actually reload and each shot. Having said that, because most of the engagements are enemies spread around, and you need to move and shoot this one and this one and this one, you don't really enjoy having AoE here. So basically, it's not too bad as I thought it would be. So you're gonna go shoot this one, shoot the other enemy, and it's okay. But the thing is that it doesn't sound good as playing with the Archangel. Archangel feels like powerful. This one feels like an old machine, but still a very powerful one. Now, as you can see, crit damage is lower, but still you have 1% crit chance. And you have headshot very high damage multiplier. And when you combine all those things, you get a very high DPS. The problem with this one, I think it's bugged, because it's not actually, because it's a tech weapon, it's not a power weapon, it's Archangel. It doesn't actually allow me to hold and shoot. Maybe it's by default, but again, I think it's bugged, but I'm not 100% sure. But I played with this one, and eventually this didn't click. Come on, I want more smooth gameplay. I want to shoot. If I see 3 enemies near each other, I want to go like, and eliminate them. I don't want to shoot one, reload, shoot the other one, reload, shoot the other one. This doesn't fit my playstyle. one of the fun things about playing with pistols and revolvers is that you can be like, can do that, this flags, just kill an enemy, headshot, 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 one after the other. And with this one, you won't be able to do so. I mean, you will be able to do so, but you need to reload in between. And this is kind of, it's not fun. It's not fun. Again, just a gun to show off, but it's not really fun when you play with. This is why the Archangel stays, for me, the best revolver in the game. And of course, I tried other, pistols, but this one, hands down, my favorite revolver, and I think the most powerful one in general. Again, you need to combine not just DPS, also, the damage and how the gun feels, how the gun sounds, how much time it takes you to eliminate several enemies. Something you need to consider as well, right? These are 3 enemies, you just want to finish them fast, and you need, oh wait, I'm going to reload now. In terms of fun, when you play, it just doesn't feel good. Especially when I'm using my ability, which I'm going to show you, my cyberware, which is the warp dancer, which allows you to slow down time. And anyway, the time between shots is still large. By the way, you can increase it, but with mod, but still it's relatively slow. So if I take a weapon which I need to reload, it just doesn't synergize well with the warp dancer. It's just not fun. So this is why I prefer, again, based on my build, I prefer the Archangel. As you can see, I'm level 50 already, and people ask me to see the stats. So this is the stats, and I'm going to show you. Where is it? Yeah, I'm handguns level 20 with the full 3 already. Look, you see. Oh, actually, I haven't upgraded this one. Yeah. Now with this one, you see, I can actually put more into. You see, you can continue putting more, and you get +% per perk level. You see that after a successful critical hit with a pistol or revolver, damage and armor increased by 30% for 5 seconds, and then you can continue putting here +1 per perk level. So you get even more if you are going to put lots of these. For example, I can put like all of the perk points inside. So this is like an endless one, right? It's not like one thing that you unlock. That's why if you have extra perk points and you really want to shine when it comes to damage and armor, you can put those all in. You can even give up on other things here, but the great thing about this specific perk, if you love handguns, that you're going to put everything in. Now with 39, I can actually give, I always saved before, which I'm going to probably skip a few. I'm going to put more perk points here for this extra damage. Alright? But again, if you love handguns, you're going to love this one. You're going to put some. So make sure you have some spare here. So put it in, because it's not just unlocking this one. Unlocking, you get straight away 30%, but if you want more, you can just squeeze in some perk points inside, and you get higher damage. Yeah, so in general, these are the weapons that I like the most. Again, we're talking about revolvers, not the pistols, and not melee, just revolvers. So this is why I stay with the Archangel, and this is the one that I'm playing regularly. It synergizes well with my build, and there's lots of damage. It's fun to play with. Overall, a very, very good weapon, and in my opinion, the best revolver in Cyberpunk 2077, hands down. If you disagree or you agree, let me know in the comment section below. So this is it for this video. I'm going to share more. I'm going to test more weapons, and I'm going to share my opinion. But if you want my opinion about which revolver you should get, I recommend getting the Archangel, hands down. Again, of course, opinion differ. So again, people have different builds. Some people have their own, goal to go through. Some people just want to show, oh, look at this damage. I did 1 million damage to the head, for example. And some people, don't care about this. You just want to have fun with this because they realize it doesn't matter if you deal million, 500,000. It doesn't really matter. The enemy is going to get down anyway. But it's good to post an image on Reddit. But other than this, you want to have fun or just have fun on Reddit? with pictures. Hey, you do your own thing. You decide what you enjoy best. The thing is, for me, this one is the best one so far. Yeah. So again, waiting for your comments and your different opinions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers. Bye bye.